Oh, yes, it's finally here, the time you've been awaiting. We are talking about the pilot episode of the Palm Tree Podcast. I am Pastor Matney, director of the South Florida Holiness Youth Camp. And also to my right, your left, the red team leader, Brother Donny Johnson. Red. And then to my left, your right, the blue team leader, Brother Jason Tickle. Man, folks, we've been looking forward to this for a while. We are amped. We are absolutely amped to finally have this project underway. And we've got exciting things on the horizon for you. And we're going to have a wonderful time. And again, what a blessing it is. We thank you for allowing us to come, as I've already said, into your space, and for you taking the time to tune in. And we've got big plans. We really do. And of course, this could not be done without the joint effort of Brother Jason Tickle, the blue team leader. And then, of course, on my right, your left, the red team leader, Brother Donny Johnson. And fellas, what do you think about it? We finally got this thing underway.
Well, it's about time.
Sister Matney says things like that every once in a while. Honey, it's about time. So, yeah, no. Brother Tickle, how about you?
I'm excited.
We're here to have a good time, folks. And of course, this is our pilot episode. So we're going to lay down just some parameters of what we're trying to do. And right off the bat here, we want you to know that really, maybe if I can say it this way, and I think maybe Brother Tickle's the one who expressed this, that really what we're trying to do with this podcast is really have youth camp vibes all year long. We want to have a good time. And, and let me say this, it's not that we won't from time to time deal with serious issues that are, relative to our youth, but we want to do things in a way of just coming on from time to time and being lighthearted and just having a youth camp atmosphere, because we want the Palm Tree Podcast. And many of you are probably cognizant, I think, of why we are calling it the Palm Tree Podcast, because of our logo. It has that palm tree in it. And we updated our logo last year for the South Florida Holiness Youth Camp and made it a little more vibrant. But we have the palm tree there, which is really representatory of being here in Florida, which we are a part of the South Florida Holiness Youth Camp. And the Palm Tree Podcast is an extension of the South Florida Holiness Youth Camp. Hence, youth camp vibes all year long. And so that's what we're trying to do, is have a good time. And we've got some great plans that we will be exposing you to and letting you know about. In fact, you that are seeing this right now, we are on Facebook, of course, and of course, the Palm Tree Podcast is coming through the media outlets of the South Florida Holiness Youth Camp, and you're seeing it through that right now. But also, you can check us out where your favorite podcasts are found, and you can get the audio version. And all you'll need to do is type in the Palm Tree Podcast, and basically any of your your preferable platforms you use, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, of course, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, pretty much anywhere you should be able to find us on there. If you're not wanting to see our beautiful faces and you want to hear our voices, you can just hear the audio version. So too early in the episode for jokes, Brother Jason said. But we are wanting this to be an extension, all right, of the South Florida Holiness Youth Camp. Youth camp vibes all year long. And again, you can see us or listen to us, rather, on your favorite podcast platform. So look us up. All of that's up and ready to go just for you. And say this, fellas, I'll get right to this, and then I want you guys to just bare your heart or tell a joke or tap dance, whatever you feel like doing. And
it's been years
since you left the circus, right?
But the circus never left me.
I love it. Roses are red. You know, we're close to Valentine's Day with the Jason. Roses
don't
are
do
red.
that.
Violets are blue. How did you ever get out of the zoo?
I bribed a monkey with a banana. I gave a peanut to the elephant, but then he forgot.
Well, we're going to have a great time, guys. Speaking of this being really an extension of the youth camp, the South Florida Holiness Youth Camp, this is our 30th youth camp coming up. South Florida Holiness Youth Camp, fellas, you probably know this, began in 1993. So last year should have been the 30th anniversary, but due to the little speed bump called COVID and probably some political powers, maybe I ought to leave that alone.
All the COVIDiots?
Yes, that kind of forced the issue there. It kind of set us in a setback there to where we're a year behind. Last year would have been the 30th youth camp, but this year, 2024 will be, and man, the leaps and bounds we've made during the camp is absolutely remarkable. And maybe some things you guys want to share. Brother Donny, concerning the camp, you've been a part of this now for...
Since 2003.
Man, since 2003.
Yeah.
You're only 10 years removed from the initial camp.
Exactly. We growing up never had any youth camps going to.
Mm-hmm.
So then me and my wife got married in 2002. Pretty much came into a fellowship church there in Lakeland. And then from that in 2003 was our first youth camp here. And we've been working ever since. The only one we came every night when we had our daughter Elizabeth. Not able to work that day because Deborah was getting ready to have her 2 weeks later. But so bar that, we came at night. But working, we've worked at every one in the last 20 years.
Yeah, you had shared that back in August, I believe it was, at Arcadia during one of their youth services there. I remember we done the little interview outside next to the volleyball court. And I remember distinctly because there was a kid that climbed the pole out there. I remember going back and watching that video and thinking, we're putting...
I think it was Riley because Jason used to climb poles back
he was. I remember watching the video back saying, what kid is? He was climbing that... Anyways,
He just
Arcadia,
really wanted to be in the video.
Arcadia is producing spiritual children as well as gymnasts. So anyways, yeah, no, that's right, Brother Donny. I remember you sharing that, and of course, many wonderful memories. In fact, Brother Tickle, I remember you saying that Brother Donny was your counselor, right? At one point.
To his misfortune.
It shaped him into the man he is today.
I am what I am today because of that.
Go ahead, Brother Tickle.
He comes from the school of hard tickles.
I gotta get a drink of coffee on that one.
That's the reason we used to throw the mattresses down because if Donnie came in and wanted to play, we were all in trouble. He was going to slam us.
Oh, yes, I love it. I love it. Well, again, we're here to have a good time, and we want this to minister. We want the parents to obviously be in on this, but we really want the young people to be a part of what we're doing, to watch these, to listen to these, however they choose to do so. But let me say this: we want to put material out. We've talked about it, and here's the beauty of all this. All of these items I'm saying can change. We're not bound to a certain way of how we're trying to do this podcast.
We're free.
We are free for sure. We live in the United States of America. We are free. But here's the situation. We're going to definitely commit to doing one every other month, a podcast. But that can change. There may be times we do 3 months in a row. We may do 2 in a month from time to time. We don't know. But we are committing to at least one every other bi-monthly. And of course, a little math on that to how that works before youth camp. I won't try to explain it all because I'll confuse you all as well as myself, and we'll all be in trouble. So we don't want to do that. But we're wanting to do one every 2 months or bi-monthly. But certainly we're not bound to that. And we'll try to alert you as to when a new podcast has been released. through our media outlets and through also text message. We've been doing that. And I hope we haven't aggravated you too much, but if we have, just pray through about it.
You were looking at your phone anyway.
You were. That's right. You were playing Angry Birds when that text come through. We all know.
Royal Clash.
But really, again, the theme, I guess we're calling it, or definitely what we're trying to accomplish is having youth camp vibes all year long. This coming year is, of course, the 30th youth camp. We've only missed one. Remember, the camp started in 1993. Last year would have been 30, but due to the COVID hiccup, a lot of camps did not have a camp that year. And so we were, unfortunately, one of those ones that didn't. But now we're back on schedule, of course, and have been for the last several years. So 2024 will make the 30th camp. The camp dates are June the 24th through the 28th, and we will be having much more information come out regarding the camp. We're going to be having guests on here. There's a pile of things, folks, we're going to be doing, and I'm not going to try to tell you all of that tonight, but we will be releasing the information through the social media outlets, which again is Facebook and Instagram and through text message. But through Facebook and through Instagram, of course, it's the South Florida Holiness Youth Camp. That's the handles there for those two media outlets. But, you know, with this being the 30th camp, brethren, we're wanting to incentivize, I guess is the word. We're wanting to...
Bribe.
Yeah, bribe. Let's just talk blame. We're wanting to bribe, okay? We're wanting our campers to really get involved with bringing other youth to camp this year, June the 24th through the 28th, because we believe we've got the greatest thing going. We really do. The effort and the work that goes into the camp is phenomenal, and it pays off every year. But no, we do want the youth to get involved with bringing campers. And so for those who participate in that, and we don't have all the little idiosyncrasies worked out just yet, but there's a way we will be able to determine who brought the most guests with them or most campers with them. All right. And for the camper who does that, they will be receiving this item right here. Brother Leviticus, put it up for them. Let them see it. Oh, yes, that is a phenomenal electric bike. It's a very well made. Done my homework on this. And that backpack you see on it, that is an additional nearly $50 that will be added onto the bike. And so somebody's going to walk away with this electric bike. I mean, it is just... hot to trot. It's very, very nice. Of course, it will be a neutral color. It won't be red or blue. It will be black because we want to, black's just a good solid color there. We want it to be something that you'll cherish. And of course, you will receive it at some point during the camp to the camper that qualifies, that brings the most campers. And there's some qualifications to that we will be releasing later on. All right. So, all right. Well, Brother Donny, regarding this 30th camp, what are what are some of the things you're anticipating or dreading or looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to another great year at camp to see the Spirit of God move in these young people and also the adults if they'll come. You know, a lot of times we get the persona or the perception that youth camp's just for young kids. But, there's not been a year that I've come as an adult that even as a worker that I have not left blessed.
Amen.
And with the Spirit of God moving, encouraged, renewed. There's some things that, throughout camp that can make you kind of discouraged about certain things. But the night services, you'll never be discouraged. And the day services, just the preaching and the Spirit of God moving and seeing the Spirit move on the young people. Because that's what this youth camp's been emphasized about, is about the Spirit of God moving and the premiums on the Spirit, and the Word mixed together. And that's what I'm looking for, a great move of the Holy Ghost, baptism, healings, you name it, just going down, all the blessings of God being poured out during this youth camp. And Bart, like you said before, the devil's already going to fight, not to give him any credit or try to, but we're not to be ignorant of his devices.
Sure.
That's why he always tries to fight and throws a monkey wrench and knock us off the assignment. But we'll steadfast. We will have a better, it's like it gets better every year. We'll have a great, awesome youth camp coming up this year.
I believe it. I believe it. Absolutely. And, we look forward to, with Brother Donny saying that, a couple of items, the camp here, the emphasis by our founders, our bishop, brother and sister Caraway, who founded the camp here, started it. That was the emphasis that the camp was, it began with. Its genesis was based on the Spirit and the Word, and it's been a mighty camp through the years. And over the last, how long have I been camp director?
6 years.
6? Well, this makes 6.
17 or 18, 2017 or 18, I think it was. So
sounds all right.
Whatever it is, if you can leave it in the comments of Facebook. All right.
No prize awarded.
Yeah, no prize awarded this around. But anyways, we've added some elements to it, but all of that's predicated upon the spiritual part of the camp. And we like having fun around here, a lot of fun. And we'll be sharing more things in regard to that as we do these podcasts and release further details of things we have in store. But the spiritual emphasis, you're absolutely right. Brother Donny, and there's something in it for everybody. It is a youth camp, but there are quite a few older folks that have come and received the baptism during this camp that have been called into ministry. So the night services, even though it's youth oriented, everybody. In fact, Ponce de Leon's Fountain of Youth may be here because everybody gets blessed during youth camp. This might be where, the Fountain of Youth is here in Lake Placid. I think I've made the discovery. All righty.
Spiritually,
if it's the Fountain of Youth, there's a side effect of gray hair and saggy eyes.
Eating too many pickles.
We're getting old.
Go ahead, Brother Tickle. Share your insight just with, it being the 30th camp and whatever you want to say, man.
Well, I'm honestly looking for it to be kind of a culmination of what this camp has always been. And Brother Donny has already brought out such good points about where this camp has always been famous for being a spiritual oasis for during an entire year. I mean, we made fun of it a lot earlier on in age, and it's even been preached on that. And I agree. So don't shouldn't. That these people that are barely surviving youth camp to youth camp, I get that 100%. At the same time, thank the Lord there's a youth camp from youth to
I agree.
There are literally some people that this is where they get the strength and the inspiration to go all year long. And you can't undersell that.
Sure.
But with that, also the kind of the other little nuances that don't necessarily get brought up so much. And it's real kind of not secluded, but particular to our movement here, our fellowship. And not just our fellowship, but the churches across the states that really come to be a part of this, is this camp is kind of the event of the year.
Sure,
across several places.
Sure.
Now, obviously, that means the spiritual, the services, but not just that. The entire community across. Now that we've got people from California coming, across the nation coming together, and kind of each year, solidifying that brotherhood spread across the country, in between the services, in between the games, in between everything else. The people that don't get to see each other most times, but they love each other to death.
That's right. Yeah.
And they actually get to sit down over a table after a good spiritual service, after a wonderful time of bonding over the games, over everything else we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we've got the services and the wonderful preaching and the spiritual uplifting, the brotherly bonding, the community solidifying.
Yes.
And just, I'm looking, and you keep saying 30, and man, a time goes by.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I was thinking, you were talking about earlier about Donny being a counselor when I was a kid. I can tell you that the only thing that's changed about Donny Johnson is the color of his hair.
Yeah.
I got to remind myself he's aging sometimes, and I'm trying to figure out where that elixir is that he's holding on to. But I'm looking for this. The 30th year. I'm looking for it to set a new benchmark.
Yeah.
To be a camp that we look back to and say, we got to do at least that good.
Yeah, it's good.
Sure.
And when we fall short in the years to come, if it ever falls short, you go, man, you don't understand. Back at the 30th anniversary, that was youth camp.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. Great point of reference to give us there. Yeah, I totally agree. And with, you're talking about everything that happens here at camp, like all the dots that are connected with camaraderie and with brotherhood and with, in fact, I think, there's the banner we put up above the entrance into the sanctuary. I don't remember which statement comes first. I think it says South Florida SFHYC, where experiences are had and memories are made.
Yeah.
And that kind of really sums up, one of the things we're trying to do here with this camp, with this 30th camp, and with the camp in general. And we are massively looking forward to it. And, look, let me say this. It takes all of us working together. I'm so honored to have Brother Tickle and Brother Donny Johnson as team leaders, and then the ones that work with them. And we have a wonderful, wonderful time, blue team, red team. And with that being said, it takes, it's all in the spirit of fun and having a good time, but also having you that have been workers here at the camp. I don't want to overlook that. You are a necessity to this camp. Yeah, we've got to have you. If you don't show up, we'll manage. I mean, we the camp started out learning how to manage, and then it grew. But it takes all of us working together. So we're saying to the adults, we need workers. We need folks to, just like you have every year. We need it like that again, and maybe even some more. And of course, campers, we're looking forward. This is for you. All of this is being done for you, campers. And, youth ages from 9 up to 18 and 19. And this is for you. We want you to come and be blessed by the youth camp. And, with these podcasts we'll be doing, again, bi-monthly. We know we can commit to that, but maybe even a little more frequent from time to time. So we're not bound down to any set structure. But having said that, I mean, we plan on having guests on. We plan on having, I don't want to give too much information out, but at some point we'll have our founder and first lady on the podcast, the Palm Tree Podcast, along with us. And so we've got a lot of work, gentlemen, to do. And the advisory board, big shout out to our advisory board, of course, Brother Tickle, Brother Donny Johnson, Sister Deborah Johnson, Sister Emily Prescott, Sister Amanda Tickle.
Hey, baby.
And Sister Charlotte, am I missing anybody? Sister Charlotte, yep, Sister Charlotte Caraway. Mm-hmm. And so a big shout out to them. We've got meetings that will be scheduled here shortly. There's a lot of work that goes into camp, and we don't mind doing it because we want to have a great time. And gentlemen, what do you think? What else you want to add? Anything else you want to put forth here?
Well, I was going to ask about the bi-monthly. You say it's possible. Would it be fair to say that that's probably entirely going to depend on feedback?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and say something about that. We need feedback, obviously.
Oh, absolutely. And that's kind of something I was thinking. Let us know. Talk. Yeah. Me and Brother Donny don't come and put all this up to yell into the void. We do what we do so we can hear you screaming and back.
Sure.
And it's the same thing with this. It's a youth camp vibe. Let us know. Tell us you like it. Tell us you don't like it. Tell us we got to wear wigs.
Sure.
We want to provide something for you. So
sure.
Talk to us.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because that needs to probably be vocalized quite a bit. Every podcast is like right now, in the Facebook section and in the Instagram section that I don't know yet. We can get this entire podcast on Instagram, or the Levi is looking into that. Because of the software we use, there may be a way to maybe kind of trick Instagram. Sorry, Instagram, we're working on something. So this may be on Instagram as well, but generally you can't be on Instagram longer than 15 minutes at a time. unless you're live, in which we are not live. This is pre-recorded, but by not a whole lot. Well, unless you're listening to it way in the future. Okay. If you're listening to it, 5 years from now, then, you're missing us by 5 years and a couple of weeks. But anyways, we need you to say things in the comment sections of Facebook and Instagram. And not only that, we look to have this on many other, again, the audio is on, is on platforms of podcasts. So, I don't know how you do all that. Rate, review, subscribe. What do they say? Or is that YouTube?
And YouTube, like, subscribe, and comment.
And I hope by the time you're watching this, no promises, but this will be up on YouTube at some point. Okay. I'm currently working on that, but it may not be by the time this first one drops. But at some point, this first one will be on YouTube. It might just be delayed by a month. So even on the podcast, however you do it, you know what to do more than likely. Feedback. And for
Not
sure.
to mention, most people that are going to be watching this know how to get a hold of either one or all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah, you can text us as well. Feedback that way. Text these brothers. Text Brother Donny. I won't give his number out here on live. On live.
8675309.
Yeah, text them and let them know. But also in the comment section, say things, talk. We want to hear you for sure. And we got a lot of exciting features lined up. That we do promise you. Brother Donny, what do you think?
Man, I'm excited. I can't wait for youth camp to get here. A lot of times,
Sure.
Getting that theme together, pulling things together. And then, as you've already said, as a red team captain, it's not a one man show. I couldn't do it without Seth Morales and Emily Prescott.
Sure. Yeah.
If they were here, they'd say, putting up with me all week long is rough.
That's right. You're the team captain. They are team leaders, right? I keep calling you all team lead. These are the team captains. Brother Tickle, make sure the camera's on him. Blue team captain. Brother Donny Johnson, Brother DJ. He is red team captain. Then they have their team leaders under them, which is
Emily Prescott and Seth Morales.
That's right. And the blue teams are
Pam Walker and Nick Newberry.
That's right. That's right. And it takes all these working together. And listen,
the miracle is going to be trying to get Nick to do something like this.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. The palm tree anointing will be upon him.
The oil, the palm oil. Yes. Got to oil the palm.
Palm olive oil. And they're so-called palm olive.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a great time, and we already are having a good time, and we trust you can sense that. Again, you get vibes all year long. That's what we're wanting to accomplish, and we will be dealing with again subject matter that is serious and pertinent. But we do want to keep things light, and we will be having guests on. I mentioned our founders, Brother and Sister Caraway, our overseer and First Lady, but also things, I don't want to give too much information, but also things like our guest speakers, bringing them on because we have the ability to bring them on, through phone call and have them chime in with us. So we're going to have a great time. I'm not going to say much more because we've really got some big plans with how we want to do this. This is just getting things started, with this pilot episode. And so with that being said, gentlemen, before we close down, as we're coming to a conclusion, any last will and testament or any last thoughts?
Just, going back to what you said earlier, that this is the 30th year of youth camp. That is something to say.
It is.
How about this? This is the 30th year of youth camp that we haven't even charged our campers.
See, that's why you're on here.
Hey,
I forget things.
I don't want to, but this big.
Go for it.
And I didn't know so was going, but it's
go for
because
it.
Listen, I got my feelers out in the ether.
Yep.
And there's a lot of talk that goes on about a lot of camps, and there's even like things that people like about a lot of camps, and you'll even hear the young people. But there is, I don't think, to the best of my recollection, I still think this is the only free youth camp that is still running hard, running as popular, and that is coveted to attend as much as ours is.
And when we say that, we don't say that in a way to down any other youth camp. No. It's just that our founder, Brother Caraway, has always went on, biblical principles of faith, and prospering in that area and claiming and Lord providing, and he, so when we said that, these youth camps have been $15,000-$20,000 a year, and we've taken up different things, and we're in the process, this, but we're in the process of updating the facilities and to accommodate all these, these campers that are coming in and putting people different places. So, but yeah, to say this is the 30th year, and we don't just have,
debt free.
Yeah, debt free. It ain't just normal food either. We have roast beef, mashed potatoes,
massive
gravy,
meals.
Great food. Great food, great spiritual food, great physical food. And really, I'll just go and say this, the only thing that we do kind of requires you buy your shirt for campers.
Yeah. That's all we require.
$15.
Levi, can you order a pizza? I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
No, listen, you guys are knocking it double stuffed. You guys are knocking it out of the park. I'm glad you brought that up. I need to say this. I need to say this in a way that is maybe, I have to be careful how I say this, but I preached a few camps
with grace.
I'm being in my mid 40s now. I have preached a few youth camps in my day.
Don't look a day over 60.
Okay. Will you please reduce that by 25 years? And hey, by the way, before I say anything else, I want to know what's behind. It's just bothering me just to see part of it. Let's see it.
He's got to find it.
My wife got this for me for Christmas.
I see a stick man.
It should say,
please use it. And what is it now? Oh, your brain.
But it should say, find it, then use it.
Use it.
All I kept seeing is a stick man and the word use.
Please use your brain.
Good deal. You got that, didn't you, with the Levi? Did you get that? Awesome. All right, good. No, very good point these brethren have made. In my recollection, in the number of camps I preached, and this is, again, in no way discriminatory against any other camps at all, but to my knowledge, and while Brother Donnie was saying that, and then Brother Jason chiming in, I don't think there's a camp I preached where there hadn't been a fee involved. I cannot think. If I thought there was one, then I said, no, they charged. It wasn't a massive fee, but they did have a fee. And some of the camps are going for, again, I want to not get to, but it's nothing for a camp to cost $100 or certain camps. Easy.
And even the workers, they come and, it's been that way, that kind of, if you can pay for your own room, that's great. But hey, if you're going to come work, now we're going to work.
If you're going to come work, we've taken care of the motel expense, and I've been over a lot of that. I've seen the motel expense go up under my watch. So there's money that goes out on this camp,
but they're going to work.
That's right.
And that's what it's about.
Yeah, workers that come. That's right. Workers that come and that are willing to work. We take care of their room. And again, that's not for I'm not talking about now for people that are like blisters who show up after the work's done. Okay, not that. Okay, we're talking about people that come and work. We do take care of the room.
Yes.
So there's quite a bit of expense that goes out. But we do it debt free. We don't charge. The only charges are, like you said, for a shirt or the snack bar. All right. Mm-hmm. But you get 3 meals a day that are not charged at all. And speaking of the snack bar, man, last year, Brother Kenny Prescott.
That was we've needed that for years.
McDonald's might be in trouble. That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
smash burgers.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We can incorporate that this year, couldn't we? Smash burger
off that grill.
I say what you got to do is you got to talk to Leonard Scott about pulling a trailer up there.
I know this. I shouldn't be saying this because I don't know that I can commit to it. But somebody had brought up the idea of a iced coffee bar. Of different types of iced coffee.
Very easy to do.
Yeah. So anyways, that's something we have in the working.
Well, we're already dealing with. You're wanting to offer iced coffee for the grab to these kids.
Listen. We know
I sleep 2 hours a night during youth camp.
Maybe half caffeine.
Okay, so you get an hour now because they really need that coffee bar in the mornings.
Yeah, maybe we can open it at specific times. Yeah, that's right. I like it. So anyways, that may appear this year, the coffee bar. Of course, the hamburger stand last year. Of course, we have hot dogs. But we just have a great time. I'm not trying to talk about the food, but I mean, it's just getting me kind of, man.
I could go for a snacky
What, don't
boo.
it say
Yeah,
food's the
snacky
root of
food.
all evil? Oh,
Right. The love of it is the root of all evil. No, we're glad, folks. Again, you will be seeing us here in a couple of months. You'll probably maybe see us before then, but as far as podcast is concerned, but again, we may show up next month in February. We're not saying we won't, but definitely in March we'll be back. And what a great blessing, guys. We're glad you're in with us. We're glad you're allowing us to come on. And as we're bringing this to a conclusion, I want you to know I am Pastor Matney, camp director. Of course, again, Brother Donny Johnson, red team leader, red team captain, and Brother Jason Tickle, blue team captain.
Sound off.
Oh, yes. And remember, youth camp vibes all year long here on the Palm Tree Podcast.